and welcome to Wekiva High School's 2018 fall production of the Children's Hour. We do remind you that this show contains sensitive topics pertaining to suicide and death. There will also be the use of flashing lights in multiple parts of the show. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy.
Caesar, to which the gods give men to excuse their after wrath. Husband, I come, now to that name, my courage prove my title, I am fire and air, my other elements I give to bathe your life. So have you done? Come then and take the last warmth of my lips. Farewell, kind Charmian, I rest long farewell. I kiss you here.
Skip it.
Iras, Lois, where are you? You die here.
All right, I'm dead. I like to die until exams are over and then go swimming. Fair bond.
Ow. Evelyn, what are you doing?
Nothing, Mrs. Mortar.
You're certainly doing something. It's very unfortunate you girls can't sit there quietly with your sewing and drink in the immortal words of the immortal bard. There will never be another. What is that thing? Who is sewing on that?
It's a hat of church. I still couldn't wear the handkerchief again.
You can't wear that to church. Not when I chaperone the school.
You might as well throw it away.
Throw it away? If ever you had known the pangs of adversity as I have known them, do something else with it. Women must learn these tricks. Continue, please.
The stroke of death is as lover's pinch, which hurts and is desired.
I know.
Dost thou lie still? If thus thou vanishest, thou tellest the world it is not worth leave taking.
Dissolve thick cloud and rain, that I may say the gods themselves may be.
Hey!
This proves me base if she first met the curled Antony.
Class is over?
I have to do
We cannot have this! How many people in this room are talking?
Mortar, we have exams. We have to.
Be still! Of life at once untie, pour venomous full, be angry in dispatch. Peace, peace, does thou not see my baby at my breast?
Mortar, you skipped a line. I would have said, oh, Eastern Star, but I couldn't.
I've never missed a line in my life. Never.
You tore.
No, I did not. You were incorrect, young lady.
Take the
I have not.
dative.
Take the ablative, stupid.
You're always correcting somebody.
Utor.
Lois, I cannot allow you to interrupt us this way.
I'm sorry.
Were you ever in movies this morning? I had my offers. It's a shallow art. Not for me.
Oh, stop it, that's enough. Oh, look what you've done. You know what, I think that's what
There's hair on the floor. There's hair on the floor.
that one. You in a strapless dress. I think it on purpose. He's going to my house. He's going to your house because he's your cousin. That's what. A strapless dress.
I want this noise to cease and this silly talk to stop. It is natural a young woman should think of young men, but it is not natural until it is proper.
Miss Mona. Was Mr. Mona very handsome?
He was an executive. Well, young lady, where have you been? You were supposed to read Antony. Where have you been?
I took a walk.
Well, well.
Oh, you were telling us last week about how much you like these flowers, and I thought I'd bring you some in.
That was very sweet of you, Mary. I always like thoughtfulness. But you must not allow anything to interfere with your classes. Now, run along, dear. Give me a vase and some water to put my flowers in.
Oh, Antony. Nay, I will take thee too. What? Should I stay?
You may put that book away now, Peggy. I'm sure your family need never worry of your going on the stage.
I don't want to go on stage. I want to be a veterinarian.
Well, I certainly hope you don't read to the animals.
Oh, how much longer, old Kathleen, are you going to interrupt us? Now translate it. For goodness sakes, try and get it right this time.
How about you help me with it?
As sweet as balm, as soft as air. Oh, Antony! Good afternoon, Miss Wright.
Good afternoon, Miss Wright.
Uske tandem abutar. Help me with it.
Look at my hair, Miss Wright. Look at what Evelyn did. Look at it. Oh, she didn't do good.
I know how to do that word.
Long here and short here. We'll come up to my room later and I'll see if I can fix it.
And hereafter we'll have no more hair cutting.
Catherine, did you find your bracelet?
I looked everywhere, but I can't find it.
Well, have a good look. It must be in your room somewhere.
Karma.
Good afternoon, Miss Wright. Peggy has been reading Cleopatra for us.
Well, Peggy doesn't like Cleopatra.
I don't think she quite appreciates it, but...
Where did you get those flowers, Mary?
She picked them for me. I'm a little late to class, but she heard me say how much I love flowers, so she went to get them for me. The first wildflowers of the season.
But not the very first, are they, Mary?
I don't know.
Well, where did you get them?
Near Conway's cornfield, I think.
Was it necessary to go so far? There's a bunch exactly like that in the garbage can this morning.
Oh, I can't believe it! What a nasty thing to do, garbage can flowers. And I suppose you have just as fine an excuse for being an hour late to breakfast this morning and last week. I haven't wanted to tell you these things before, but...
There's the bell. Wait a minute, Mary.
Ante, inter... I can't seem to remember the rest.
Try pro sub super. Don't worry, Lois, you'll come out all right.
Thank you. Catherine, wait!
I've had the feeling, and I don't think I'm wrong, that the girls here are happy and that they like this school.
Miss Wright, I have to go get my Latin book.
I thought it was true until you came here a year ago. I don't think you've been happy here. Wanted to talk to you about this many times before, but I was hoping you'd come to me first. What is the matter?
Nothing, Miss Wright.
Well, there must be something wrong, or else you wouldn't feel the need to tell so many stories. Why, for instance, do you feel you must lie out of things?
I didn't lie. I went walking and I saw the flowers and they looked pretty and I didn't know it was so late.
Oh, stop it, Mary. I'm not interested in hearing that foolish story again. I know you got the flowers out of the garbage can. But what I do want to know is why you feel you must lie about it.
I did pick the flowers near Conway's cornfield. You never believe me. You believe everybody but me. It's always like that. Everything I say, you fuss at me about. Everything I do is wrong.
You know that isn't true, Mary. Let's try to understand each other. If you feel that you want to take a walk, or you don't want to come to class, or you'd like to go to the village by yourself, come and tell me, and I'll try to understand. I don't say I'll always agree you should do whatever you want, but I've had these feelings too. Everybody has. And I won't be unreasonable about yours.
I got the flowers near Conway's cornfield.
There doesn't seem to be any other way with you. You'll have to be punished. Take your recreation periods alone for the next 2 weeks. No horseback riding and no hockey. And don't leave the school grounds for any reason whatsoever. Is that clear?
Saturday too?
Yes.
But you said I could go to the boat
I'm
races.
sorry, Mary, but you can't.
I'll tell my grandmother. I'll tell her how everybody treats me here and how I get punished for every little thing I do. I'll tell her.
Why slap her hands?
Go upstairs, Mary.
I don't feel well.
Go upstairs now.
I've got a pain. I've had it all morning. It hurts right here. Really, it does.
Well, we'll ask Miss Dobie to give you some hot water and buy carbonated soda.
It's a bad pain. I've never had it before.
Go upstairs, Mary.
My heart. It's my heart. It's stopping or something. I can't breathe.
Mary! Oh, Martha, phone Joe.
Do you think heart trouble's very serious in a child?
Mary, get up.
Is Dr. Cardin in? It's Martha Dobie from Dobie Wright School for Girls. He's needed right away. He's not there.
Did you get Joe?
What happened to her? She was perfectly well a few hours ago.
Oh, she still is. I told her she couldn't go to the boat races and she decided to have a heart attack.
Where is she now?
In there. Mortar's with her.
Anything really wrong with her?
I doubt it. Isn't it wonderful what kids can think of? Her latest trick was fooling your aunt out of lesson with those faded flowers we threw out. And then she threatened to go to her grandmother with some tale about being mistreated.
And please, God, Grandma would believe her and take her away from here.
No, but we ought to do something about it.
How about having a talk with Miss Tilford?
You want to do it?
No.
I'd hate to do it. She's been so nice to us. Anyways, it wouldn't do any good. She's too crazy about Mary to see her clearly, and the kid knows it.
How about asking Joe to say something to her? She'd listen to him. We don't get anywhere with Mary, and we might as well admit it. She's had more attention than any 3 kids put together. I'm so bored with hearing myself say, Mary, is there something wrong? Mary, can I help you with something? Something goes on in that kid, and we don't know any more about it than we knew the first day she came. She's bad for the other girls. I don't know how or why, but it's wrong, and we must do something about it.
I know. We'll see what Joe thinks about it. Be nice if she can come back next term. Be very nice if our other little nuisance didn't come back either.
My aunt, the actress, what's she been up to now?
Oh, the usual foolishness. Last night at dinner, she gave an hour-long lecture on the benefits of playing Cleopatra during a hurricane. That happened, she said, in Butte, Montana, on the night a man in a box fell in love with her. He threw her a string of pearls.
I know the hurricane story. Sometimes the pearls are flowers, and sometimes the man in a box is a duke. And once he was a king. I know all the stories.
Must have had a gay childhood.
Oh, I did indeed. How I used to hate all of that.
We need to get rid of her soon. I really hate to make it hard on you, but she really ought not to be here.
I know.
We can scrape up enough money to send her away. Let's do it.
You've been very patient about it. I'm sorry, and I'll talk to her today. I'll see to it that she goes soon.
Did you get Joe himself on the phone?
He was already on his way over, isn't he? Always on his way over?
I am going to marry him. I'm glad he wants to see me.
You and Joe haven't talked about marriage for a long time. I mean, have you guys decided on...
We'll get married as soon as the term is over. We'll be out of debt by then, and the school will be paying for itself. And Joe's found a house, so I'll go look at it tomorrow.
So soon, then we won't be taking our vacation together?
Of course we will, the 3 of us.
I had taken for granted, I guess, that we're going to the lake like we always do, just you and I.
And now there'll be 3 of us. That'll be fun too.
Why haven't you told me this before?
I'm telling you anything we haven't talked about often.
You never told me it was to be so soon. You never told me about a house or...
We decided the other night. It's a big day for the school. I guess we're good teachers. Rosalie finally put an L in her.
You really are going to leave, aren't you?
I'm not going to leave, and you know that. Why do you say things like this? We agreed a long time ago that my marriage isn't going to make a difference here.
But it will. You know it will. It can't help it.
That's nonsense. Joe doesn't want me to give up here.
I don't understand you. It's been so damn hard building this thing up, slaving and going without things to make ends meet. Think of having a winter coat without holes in the lining again. And now when we're getting on our feet, you're all ready to let it go to hell.
My marriage isn't going to interfere with my work here. I'm making something out of nothing.
It's going to be hard going on alone afterwards.
You haven't listened to a word I've said. You're not going on alone. You talk as if you've never taken the marriage very seriously.
I don't mean that, but it's so...
Hello, darling. Hi, Martha.
Hello, Joan.
I tried to get you on the phone. Come in and look at your little cousin.
I try not to look at her too much. What's the matter now? Oh, stop by Vernie's on the way over. Helped him with the new bowl. Easier to deliver a baby.
Come in and look at her. She says she has a pain in her heart.
Our little Mary pops up in every day's dispatches.
Go and see her. Heart attacks are nothing to play with.
Never played with one in my life.
Nellie's not even here.
When I walked in the room during the physical examination, it was a deliberate snub.
I don't think so.
I say it was a deliberate snub. Isn't it only natural the child should want me with her? Isn't it only natural that an older woman should be present at a physical examination? Very well. If you're so thick-skinned, you won't come to resent these things.
What are you talking about? Why in the name of heaven should you be with her?
I have been to good doctors in my better days.
Tell that to Joe. Maybe he'll give you a job as a duena for his office.
It was I who saved Eli Lampert's life that time she had a heart attack in Buffalo right on the stage without losing a line.
Yes, if you've seen one heart attack, you've seen them all.
So you don't resent your aunt being snubbed and humiliated?
Oh, Aunt Lily.
Karen is rude to me, and you know it.
I know that she's very kind to you. What's even harder, very patient.
Patient with me? I've worked my fingers to the bone to help you both.
Don't tell yourself that too often, Aunt Lily. You'll come to believe it.
I know it's true. Where else can you get a woman of my reputation to teach these children voice lessons, elocution lessons? Patient with me? Here I've donated my services.
You are being paid.
That small thing? I used to earn twice that for one performance.
No wonder the theater's in trouble. It was very extravagant of them to pay you so much. You've never been happy here, Aunt Lily.
Satisfied enough, I guess, for a poor relation.
You don't like the school or the farm?
I told you in the beginning not to buy a place like this, burying yourself on a farm, meeting no men. You'll regret it.
We like it here, Aunt Lily. You've talked about going to London for a long time. Would you like to go over?
It's been 20 years. I shall never live to see it again.
You can go anytime you like. We can scrape up enough money, and it will do you a lot of good. You pick out the boat, and I'll get the passage. Now that's all settled. You'll have a grand time seeing all your old friends, and if you live sensibly, I ought to be able to let you have enough to get along.
So you want me to leave?
Aunt Lily, you've wanted to go ever since I can remember.
You're trying to get rid of me.
That's it. We don't want you around when we dig up the buried treasure.
Turning me out. At my age, nice grateful girl you are.
How can anybody do with you? You are going where you want to go, and we'll be better off alone. That suits everybody. You complain about the farm, you complain about the school, you complain about Karen, and now when you have what you want, you're still looking for something to complain about.
Please do not raise your voice.
Be glad I don't do worse.
I'm not going to England. I refuse to be shipped off to any place you like. I shall go back to the stage. I'll write to my agents tomorrow, and just as soon as they have something for me, I'll be out of here.
The truth is, I'd like you to leave soon. We can't live together, and it doesn't make any difference whose fault it is.
You wish me to go tonight?
Aunt Lily, go when you found a place you like. I'll put the money in the bank for you tomorrow.
You think I'd take your money? I'd rather scrub floors first.
You'll change your mind after the first floor. I've done the best I could by you for years, Aunt Lily. Your coming here wasn't ever thought of as a permanent arrangement. You knew that. You'll be happier.
I should have known better. I should have known now the wise thing to do is stay out of your way when he's in the house.
What are you talking about now?
Never mind. I should have known better. You always take your spite out on me.
Spite? Oh, don't let's have any more of this today. I'm tired. I've been working since 6 o'clock this morning.
Any day that he's in the house is a bad day.
When who is in the house?
Don't think you're fooling me, young lady. I wasn't born yesterday and I didn't meet you last month.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I do know that the amount of disconnected nonsense in your head tires me and always has. Now go take your nap.
I know what I know. And every time that man is in this house, you're in a bad humor. You just can't stand the idea of them being together. God knows what you'll do when they get married. You're jealous. That's what it is.
I'm very fond of Joe, and you know it.
I don't know who you're fond of. I've never understood you. I say you need a beau of your own. Every woman, no matter what she says, is jealous when another woman gets a husband. You just better set your cap before it comes along now.
Aunt Lily, please stop that talk. I've had too much fun for too many years. I can't take it anymore.
You've always had a jealous and possessive nature, even as a child. If you had a friend and she liked anybody else, you'd be angry. That's what's happening now, and it's unnatural, just unnatural as it can be. I say you need a man of your own.
The sooner you get out of here, the better. You're making me sick, and I won't stand for you any longer. I want you to leave it now. I don't wish any delay about it. What were you doing outside the doorway?
We're going upstairs, Miss Dobie.
We came down to see how Mary was.
And you stopped long enough to see how we were? Did you deliberately listen?
We didn't mean to. We just heard voices and we couldn't help.
Eavesdropping is something young ladies just don't do.
Go upstairs. We'll talk about this later.
You mean to tell me you're not going to do anything about that?
You should not be around children.
What is that supposed to mean?
This is their home, and things shouldn't be said in it that they can't hear. When you're at your best, you're not for tender ears.
So it's my fault? You better start looking yourself and not bother so much with me. Good day, Joseph!
What's the matter with the Duchess?
Rehearsing an exit in case she finds the right playhouse, Mary.
Oh, fine.
I thought so.
Just a little something she thought up. Heart troubles sound important, and I guess she heard somewhere that fainting scares people.
But that's such a silly thing to do. She knew we'd have you in today. Maybe she's not as bright as we think she is. Any idiots in your family, Joe? Any inbreeding?
Don't blame her on me. I don't want any part of her. It's a different side of the family.
Look, Joe, have you any idea what the matter is with Mary? I mean, has she always been like this?
She's always been a honey, and her grandmother spoiling her hasn't helped much either. Her father was always Aunt Amelia's favorite son. God knows why, but...
Look, we're reaching the end of our ropes with her. This kind of thing can't go on.
Aren't you taking it a little too seriously?
I guess I am, but you stay around kids long enough and you won't know what to take seriously either. But I do think somebody ought to talk to Miss Tilford about her.
And you wouldn't be meaning me now, would you?
Well, she is your aunt, and Karen and I are talking about it this afternoon, and...
I'm marrying Karen, but I am not going to write Mary Tilford into the contract. Incidentally, Karen tell you we were thinking about the old king house that's up for sale?
She told me. Incidentally,
What's wrong, Martha?
nothing.
Yes, there is. For a long time, you and I have had something to talk about. Every time I speak of Mary and Karen, you... Look here, I'm very fond of you, and I've always thought you liked me. Don't worry about the school. She isn't going to leave here. It isn't going to be like that. She'll still be with you here, and...
Damn you! Stop consoling me or patronizing me or feeling sorry for me every doing. Just leave me alone. Joe, I'm sorry. I don't know what's gotten into me. I'm turning into a nasty, bitter...
You're not turning into anything except the wonderful woman you are.
Your friend's got a nice shoulder to weep on.
He's an admirable man in every way. Well, the angel child is now looking very hurt and putting her clothes back on.
Her influence is abroad even while she's unconscious. Her roommates were listening at the door while Aunt Lily and I were yelling at each other.
Well, we'll have to move those girls away from each other. Away from Mary.
That's my class. Better send Peggy and Evelyn down.
Yes, I will. Mary! Mary!
Oh, look who's back from the grave. Meet any interesting people?
My heart hurts.
You like that story, don't you?
It's my heart and it hurts. I want to see my grandma. I want to...
Come in, girls. I want to talk to you.
We're awfully sorry, really. We just didn't think and...
Oh, and I'm sorry too, Peggy. You and Evelyn never used to do things like this. You'll have to be separated.
Miss Wright, we've been together for almost a year.
Well, it was evidently too long. Peggy, you'll move in with Lois, and Lois will move in with Evelyn. Mary, you'll move in with Rosalie.
But Rosalie hates me.
Well, that's a silly thing to say. I can't imagine Rosalie hating me.
And it's all because I had a pain. If anybody else was sick, they'd be put to bed and petted. You're always mean to me. I get blamed and punished for everything. I do, Cousin Joe, all the time, for everything.
You've been enough trouble to Miss Wright. Now go lie down until you stop working yourself into a fit. Come over to my office one day. I'll show you how to do a good faint. She isn't going to hurt herself crying. Take care of yourself, all right?
I'll walk to the car. Go ahead and move your things, girls. Tell Lois to get herself ready.
Don't do that. She hear you.
Who cares if she does? And she can hear that, too.
Now what are you gonna do? You'll get to that one now. Dr. Carden gave Miss Wright. It was a lover's gift. There's nothing like a lover's gift.
Oh, leave it alone. They'll never know we did it.
We didn't do it. You did it.
And what will you do if I say, we did do it? Never mind. I'll think of something. The wind could have knocked it over.
You're right. She couldn't believe that one.
Stop worrying about it. I'll get out of it.
Did you really have a pain?
I fainted, didn't I?
I wish I could faint. Is it hard? I've never even worn braces or had glasses, and I've got my own tonsils.
A lot will get you to faint.
When Miss Wright did when the class left?
Told me I couldn't go to the boat races.
Gosh. Will we tell you everything that happens and give you all the souvenirs and things?
I won't let you go if I can't go. But I'll find some way to go. What was she saying when she moved you? What were you doing?
Well, we came down to see what was happening to you, but the doors were closed, and then we could hear Miss Dopey and Mortar having an awful row. And then they opened the door, and there we were.
And a lot of crawling and crying you both did too, I bet.
Well, we're sort of sorry about listening.
You're always sorry about everything. What else were they saying?
What was who saying?
Dobie and Mortar, silly.
Just talking, I guess.
Fighting.
About what?
Well, they were talking about Mortar going to England and...
You know, it really wasn't very nice to have listened, and maybe it's worse to tell.
Oh, you do you? You just don't tell me and see what happens.
Mortar got awful sore of that and said they wanted to get rid of her. Then they started talking about Dr. Carden.
What about him?
You know, Ms. Wright will be back first thing we know.
Shut up! Go on, Evelyn.
You're going to be married, the two of them.
Everybody knows that.
But everybody doesn't know that Miss Dobie doesn't want them to. How do you like that?
I have a class soon. If you're gonna...
Close that door, idiot! What do you want?
I'm trying to tell you. If you're gonna move your things, not that I want to, the devil knows, you better start right now. Miss Wright's coming down in a minute.
Who cares if she is?
I'm just telling you for your own good, the devil knows.
We're coming.
No. Let Rosalie move our things.
You crazy?
It's all right. Evelyn and I'll get your things. Come on, Evelyn.
Trying to get out of telling me, huh? Well, you won't get out of it that way, so sit down and stop being such a sissy. Tell you what, Rosalie. You go on up and move my things and don't say a word about our being down here.
And who's your French maid yesterday, Mary Tilford? And who will wait upon you in the insane asylum?
You'll do for today. Now go on, Rosalie, and fix our things.
You crazy?
And the next time we go into town, I'll let you wear my gold beads and pearl pin. You'll like that, won't you, Rosalie?
I don't know what you're talking about, the devil knows.
Oh, nothing in particular. You just run along now and remind me next time to lend you my beads and pen.
All right, I'll do it. That's just because I got good disposition. Don't think you're able to boss me around, Mary Tilford.
No, indeed. And get the things done neatly, Rosalie. Don't muss my white blouse. My tennis shoes need cleaning.
What do you think of that? What made her so agreeable?
Oh, just a little secret we got. Go on now. What else were they saying?
Well, Miss Porter was saying that Miss Dobie was jealous of them, and that she was like that when she was a little girl, and that she better get herself a beau of her own because that wasn't natural, and that she never wanted anybody like Miss Wright, and that wasn't natural. Boy, did Miss Dobie get sore at that.
Then we didn't hear any more Peggy Chops on books.
What'd she mean Dobie was jealous?
What's unnatural?
On for not natural.
You know, it's funny because everybody gets married.
A lot of people don't. They're too ugly.
Oh my God, Rosalie found that copy of Mademoiselle de Maupin and blabbed like the Dickens.
She won't say a word.
Who gets a book when we move?
You can have it. That's what I was doing this morning, finishing it. There's this one part in it.
What part?
Well, what was it?
Wait until you read it.
Did you understand it? I don't always.
You know, it's a shame about being moved.
It was a dirty trick making us move. She just wants to see how much fun she could take away from me. She hates me.
No, she doesn't, Mary. She treats you just like the rest of us, almost better.
That's right. Stick up for your crush. Take her side against mine.
I didn't mean it like that.
We better get upstairs.
I'm not going.
Not going.
What do you mean?
I'm going home.
Oh, Mary.
You can't do that.
Oh, can't I? You just watch. I'm not staying here. I'm going home and telling my grandma I'm not staying anymore. I'll tell her I'm unhappy. They're scared of her, you know. She helped them when they first started, and when she tells them something, believe me, they'll sit up and listen. They can't get away with treating me like this, and they don't have to think they can.
You're just gonna walk out like that?
What are you gonna tell your grandmother?
Who cares? I'll think of something. I'm always better on the spur of the moment.
She'll send you right back.
You let me worry about that. Grandma's very fond of me on account of my father was her favorite son. My father killed himself, but Grandma won't admit it. I can manage her all right.
You really ought to not go, Mary. It'll just cause an awful lot of trouble.
What's gonna happen about the kitten?
Say I did it. Doesn't make a bit of difference anymore to me. Now, you two gotta help. They won't miss me before dinner if you make Rosalie shut the door and keep it shut. I'll go through the field of French's and catch a bus to Homestead.
How are you gonna get to the streetcar?
Taxi, idiots.
How are you gonna get out of here in the first place?
I'm gonna walk out. I know where they keep the front door. Well, I'm gonna walk right out the door.
Gee, I wouldn't have the nerves.
Of course you wouldn't. You let them do anything to you they want. Well, they can't do it to me. Who's got any money?
Not me, not a cent, not a cent.
I gotta have $1 for the taxi and a dime for the bus.
And where you gonna find it?
See, why don't you just wait till you get your allowance on Monday? Then by that time you can go any
I'm
place
going today. Now.
You can't walk to Lansing.
You've got money. You've got $3.25. Go get it for me.
I won't get it for you, Mary.
You can't have that money.
Get it for me.
I won't. Mama doesn't send me much allowance, not half as much as the rest of you get. And I saved this for so long and you took it from me last time. I'll tell you a secret. I never even go to the movies with Miss Dobie and Miss Morton to get me right. I never have half the things the rest of you get all the time, and I...
Go upstairs and get me the money! Just say when you've had enough!
All right.
Go on.
What are you doing? Well, don't just stay there. Come on in. Did they give you a holiday or did you just decide you get a better lunch here? Can't you even say hello?
Oh, hello, August. You didn't give me a chance. Where's Grandma?
Why aren't you in school? Heaven's sake, look at your face and clothes. Where have you been?
I got a little dirty coming home. I walked part of the way through the woods.
Then why didn't you wear your old brown coat?
Stop asking questions. Where's Grandma?
Brought any clean person to be at this time of day. She's taking a bath.
Is anybody coming for dinner?
She didn't say anything about you coming.
How could she? She didn't know.
Then what are you doing here?
Oh, leave me alone. I came home because I didn't feel well.
Oh, you don't feel well. That's right. Whoever heard of somebody going for a walk in the woods when they didn't feel well?
Leave me alone. I came home because I was sick.
Well, you look all right.
But I don't feel all right. I can't even come home without everybody nagging at me.
Don't think you're fooling me, young lady. You might pull the wool over some people's eyes, but I bet you're up to something. Again, you just wait here till I get your grandmother. And if you feel so sick, you certainly don't want any dinner. A good dose of rhubarb and soda will fix you up.
What are you doing home? Oh, never mind, dear. Now stop crying and tell me what is the matter.
It's so good to see you. You didn't come visit me all last week.
I couldn't, dear, but I was coming tomorrow.
I missed you so much, Grandma. I was awful homesick.
I'm glad that's all it was. I was frightened when August said you were not well.
Did I say that? I said she only came for Wednesday night fudge cake.
So how did you get here? Did Miss Wright drive you over?
I walked most of the way, and then a lady gave me a ride, and...
Mary, you mean you left without permission?
I ran away, Grandma. They didn't know.
That is a very bad thing to do. They'll be worried. August, please phone Miss Wright and tell her Mary's here. John will drive her back before dinner.
No, Grandma, please don't do that. Please let me stay.
But Mary, you can't just leave school whenever you please.
Grandma, please. You can't. I can't go back. You don't know how they'll punish me.
I don't think they'll be that angry. Come, you're acting like a foolish little girl.
No! Grandma, please! I can't go back. I can't. They'll kill me. They won't, Grandma. They'll kill me.
Never mind phoning now, August.
If you're gonna let her...
Well, stop crying, Mary.
It's so nice here, Grandma.
I'm glad you like being here with me. But at your age, you can hardly. Now, what made you talk that way about Miss Wright and Miss Joby? You shouldn't say such things about people, Mary. You know they wouldn't hurt you for anything.
Oh, but they would. I fainted today.
Fainted?
Yes, my heart. I had a pain in my heart. I couldn't help having a pain in my heart. And when I fainted right in class, they called Cousin Joe, and he said that I didn't. He said that maybe it was only that I ate my breakfast too fast, and Miss Wright blamed me for it.
If Joseph said it wasn't serious, it wasn't.
But I did have a pain, honest.
Have you still got it?
Well, I guess I haven't got it much anymore, but I was scared of Miss Wright being so mean to me.
Scared of Karen? Nonsense. Perfectly possible you had some pain, but if you had really been sick, Joseph certainly would have known it. Now, it's not nice to frighten people by pretending to be more sick than you are, Mary.
I didn't want to be sick, but I'm always getting punished for everything.
You must not imagine about things like that, child, or you'll grow up to be a very unhappy woman. Now, I'm not going to scold you anymore for coming home at this time. Yeah, I should. Now go upstairs and wash your face and change your dress. And after dinner, John will drive you back.
I could stay for dinner?
Yes.
Well, maybe I could stay till the first of the week. Saturday's your birthday, and I'd love to be here with you.
We won't celebrate my birthday, dear. We'll wait for yours. You'll go back tonight.
But how much do you love me?
Such as all the words in all the books in all the world.
Remember when I was little, and you used to say that, and it was a rule that nobody could say another word after? You used to say, world, and I had to shut my eyes real tight. I miss you an awful lot, Grandma.
I miss you too. I'm afraid my Latin's a little rusty. You'll do better off in school.
But couldn't I stay out the rest of the term? Maybe by summer I wouldn't mind it so much. I'll study hard by myself, honest, and...
Harry, don't be silly. You will go back tonight. And let's have no more talk about it now. Let's have no more running away from school ever.
So I really have to go back there tonight?
Of course you do.
You don't love me. You don't care whether they kill me or not.
Mary!
You don't care what happens to me.
But I do care that you're talking this way.
I'm sorry, Grandma. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Forgive me?
What made you talk like that?
I'm scared, Grandma. I'm scared. They'll do dreadful things.
Dreadful nonsense. They'll punish you for running away. You deserve to be punished.
It's not that. It's not anything I do. It never is. They punish me anyhow, just like they got something against me or something. I'm scared of them, Grandma, and that's the truth.
Then what happened?
Well, I mean, Miss Mortar was telling Miss Dobie awful things, and Peggy and Evelyn heard them, and they made us move our rooms.
What has that to do with you? I don't understand what you're talking about.
They made us move our rooms. They said we couldn't be together anymore, that they had a good reason. They're scared of you.
Scared of me? Well, why would they be scared of me? Am I such an unpleasant old lady?
They've got secrets, and they're afraid I'll find out and tell you.
There's nothing wrong with people having secrets, Mary.
But they've got funny ones. Peggy and Evelyn heard Miss Mortar telling Miss Dobie that she was jealous of Miss Wright marrying Cousin Joe.
You must not repeat things like that. It means nothing.
And she said it was unnatural. I'm just telling you what she said, Grandma. And she said there was something funny about it. And Miss Dobie has always been like that since she was a little girl, and that was unnatural.
Stop using that silly word, Mary.
That's just the word she was using, Grandma. And then Miss Dobie got angry and told Miss Mortar she had to get out of the house.
That's probably not the reason at all.
I bet it was, because honestly, Miss Dobie does get cranky and mean every time Cousin Joe comes. And today, I heard her say to him, "Damn you!" And she said she was just a jealous fool and he was to leave her alone.
You picked up some very fine words, haven't you, Mary?
That's just what she said, Grandma. And once Miss Dobie was crying, and Miss Wright was trying to get her to stop, and she said, all right, maybe she wouldn't get married right away if...
How do you know all this?
Well, Miss Dobie was talking awful loud, and the room was right next to ours.
Whose room?
Miss Wright's room, I mean, and you could just ask Peggy and Evelyn whether we didn't hear. Almost always, Miss Dobie comes in late at night after we go to bed and stays a long time. That's why they want to get rid of us, of me, because we hear things, and that's why we get punished all the time for
eavesdropping, I should think. Oh, now that's enough gossip. Dinner's almost ready.
Well, I've seen things too. I've heard other things too. You've always said I should tell you when something worries me, Grandma. Plenty of things I've heard worry me.
What things?
Bad things.
Well, what are they?
I can't tell you.
Mary, you're annoying me very much. If you have something to say, then say it, and stop acting silly.
I mean, I can't say it out loud.
There couldn't possibly be anything you couldn't say out loud. Either you tell me what's worrying you, or be still.
Well, a lot of things I don't understand, but it's awful. And sometimes they argue, and then they make up, and then Miss Dobie cries, and Miss Wright gets mad, and they make up again, and we hear funny noises and get scared.
Noises? Well, I suppose you girls having a happy time imagining a murder.
I mean, we've seen other things too. I tell you, but I gotta whisper it.
Why must you whisper it?
I don't know, I just gotta.
What are you talking about? I don't believe you know what you're saying. Are you telling me the truth?
Honest. You could just ask Peggy and Evelyn, and they know too. Just get them here and ask them. And I bet there are other kids who know, but we've always been frightened, so we never asked. And one time I went to go and find out, and then we got scared and went to bed early so we wouldn't hear. But sometimes we couldn't help it, and we never asked much because we were afraid they'll find out, and it's in a lot of books. I mean, one of the girls at camp, oh, Grandma, please don't send me back to that awful place.
What?
Please don't make me go back. I couldn't stand it anymore, really. I was so unhappy there, and if only I could stay out for the rest of the term. Why, I don't understand, but...
Please wait a minute. Are you telling me the truth?
I swear on the grave of my father.
Oh my God.
Please don't send me back.
No, you don't have to go back.
Honest? Oh, you're the nicest, loveliest grandma in the whole world. You're not mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at you. Now go upstairs. Miss Wright? Mrs. Wrighton? Never mind. Dr. Carden, this is Miss Chilford. Joseph, this is Amelia. You have to see me right away. No, yes, I'm perfectly fine, but no, it's very important. Joseph, you have to come see me. No, it's not about Mary's fainting. I said it's not about Mary. Well, in one way it's about Mary, but you have to see me right away. I can't tell you on the phone. But the hospital takes so long. Very well, just come as soon as you can. Miss Munn, this is Miss Chilford. Miriam, this is Amelia. You have to see me immediately. No, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it has to be right now. It has to do with something about the school, something very shocking. I'm afraid. It has to do with Evelyn and Mary. Yes, please, immediately. You have to hear me.
You can take the moon, gather up the stars and the robins that sing merrily. Put them in the box, tie 'em with a ribbon, throw 'em in the deep blue sea. You can take the flowers down in Lover's Lane and...
No, it was only a little one. It was the...
And don't let her get the green thing. All dirty. And let her wear your green pajamas.
Who?
Who? Don't you keep your ears open around here? Rosalie Wells is coming to spend the night with you.
You mean she's gonna stay here?
You heard me.
What for?
Do I know all the crazy things that are going on around here? Your grandma phoned Mrs. Wells all the way to New York. $5.85 thrown out. Rosalie can stay here till tomorrow.
Oh. Couldn't Evelyn Munn come instead?
Sure, we'll have the whole town over to entertain.
I won't let Rosalie Wells wear my new pajamas.
Don't tell me what you won't do. You'll act like a lady for once in your life.
You're not my dad. My dad's dead.
Oh, hello, Rosalie. Come on in. Just go on in there, make yourself at home. Have you had your dinner?
Good evening. Yes, sir.
Take off your pretty coat. Have you had your bath?
Yes, sir. This morning.
Well, you better have another one.
You're such a goose.
Oh, so it's you. Well, who likes terrifying noises at night? You could have been a werewolf.
What would a werewolf do with you?
That's what you do with anybody else. Isn't it funny about school?
What's funny about it?
Don't act like you can come home every night.
Maybe I can from now on. Maybe I'm never going back.
Am I going back? I don't want to stay home.
What do you give to know?
Nothing. I'll just ask my mother.
Will you give me a free TL if I tell you?
All right. Lois Fisher told Catherine that you were very smart.
That's an old one. I won't take it.
You gotta take it.
Nope.
You don't know anyway.
I know what I heard. I know my grandma phoned your mother in New York $5.85 to come get you right away. You're just staying the night here. I wish Evelyn could come instead of you.
What's happened? Lois and Peggy and Evelyn and Catherine home tonight too. Do you think some got secret measles or something?
No.
Do you know what it is? How'd you find out? You're always pretending that you know everything. You're just faking. Never mind. Don't bother telling me. I think curiosity is very unladylike anyhow. I have no concern with your silly secrets. None at all. What did you say?
I didn't say a thing.
Oh.
But now, suppose I may have said that you were in on it.
In on what?
The secret. Suppose I may have said that you're the one who told me about it.
Why, Mary Tilbury? You can't do a thing like that. Did you tell your grandma such a thing?
Maybe.
Well, I'm going right up to your grandmother and tell that I didn't tell you anything, whatever it is. She'll give me trouble, like always. I'm not going to let you.
Wait a minute. I'll come with you.
What for?
I want to tell my grandma about Catherine Burton's bracelet.
What about it?
Just that you stole it.
Shut up! I didn't do any such thing.
Yes, you did.
You made it up. You're always making things up.
You can't call me a liar, Rosalie Wells. That's the kind of dare, and I won't take a dare. Guess I'll just go tell my grandma anyways. And she'll call the police, and you get tried in court, and you'll go to one of those prisons, and you'll get older and older. And when you're good and old, they'll let you out. But your mother and father will be dead by then. And you'll beg on the streets.
I didn't steal anything. I borrowed the bracelet to return right after I went to the movies. I didn't mean to keep it.
Nobody believed that. Least of all, the police. You're just the common, ordinary thief. Stop being such a baby.
You won't tell. Say you won't tell.
Am I a liar?
No.
Then say, I apologize on my hands and knees.
I apologize on my hands and knees. Play with the puzzle.
Wait a minute. Say, from now on, I, Rosalie Wells, am the vassal of Mary Tilford, and will do and say whatever she tells me under the solemn oath of a knight.
I won't say that. That's the worst oath there is. Mary, please.
Will you swear it?
But then you could tell me to do anything.
Say it quicker, I'll...
From now on, I, Rosalie Wells, am the vassal of Mary Tilford, and will do and say whatever she tells me to under the solemn oath of a knight.
Don't forget that.
Hello, Rosalie. You're looking very well.
Good evening, Miss Tilford.
She's getting fatter every day.
And she's very becoming. Oh, that must be Joseph. Mary, go take Rosie into the library. I laid out some fruit and milk on the table. Make sure you guys are fast asleep at 10:30.
Come on, Rosalie. Grandma!
Yes?
Grandma, Cousin Joe said I have to go back. He'll say that I really didn't...
Hello, Amelia.
Joseph, how are you?
Mary, home?
Whiskey?
Please. Headaches again?
No.
What's the matter with your hands?
Nothing, Joseph. How have you been?
Fine.
I missed you for the past few weeks. August misses you for Sunday dinners.
I've been busy. We're getting the results in for mating season right about now.
Did I take you away from a patient?
No, I was at the hospital. I told you that.
How's the hospital? How's it getting on?
Just the same. Not enough money, badly equipped. Everybody's growling at everyone else. Amelia, you didn't bring me here to talk about the hospital. Well, what's the matter with you?
I have something to tell you.
Well, what's it then? Yes?
It's a very hard thing to say, Joseph.
Hard for you to say to me. Oh, don't worry about Mary. I guess she ran home to tell you about her faint. It was caused by nothing but bad temper and was clumsily managed at that. Amelia, she's a terribly spoiled.
I heard about the faint. It's not what's worrying me.
You're in trouble, Amelia.
We all are in trouble. Big trouble.
We? Me? You mean there's nothing the matter with me?
When was the last time you saw Karen?
Today, this afternoon.
Oh, not since 7 o'clock?
What's happened since 7 o'clock?
Joseph, you've been engaged to Karen for a long time. Are your plans as definite as they were a year ago?
You can buy the wedding present. And we're going to have the wedding in this room the way you and I planned it long before we knew the girl.
Why do you think Karen decided to make it definite all of a sudden?
It's always been definite, and you know very well that up to the last year I've been paying back the money I borrowed from medical school. Now I'm all right, and the school's well on its feet. There's even enough money for Miss Mortar some other place, and so that Martha will be better off, and...
I already heard that we're putting Miss Mortar out.
Are they? It's about time. Though the promise of having a good niece supporting you for the rest of your life is a mighty nice way of being put off, isn't it?
You don't think it's kind of odd that they want to get rid of Miss Mortar all of a sudden? She's harmless enough.
You don't know what you're talking about. You've never met the woman. Lily Mortar is not a harmless woman. God knows she's silly. She's nothing but a nasty, tiresome, spoiled old hag, and if you're feeling sorry for her, you're wasting your time. And it's not like you to waste your time, Amelia, or to waste mine. Now tell me, what's going on?
You must not marry Karen.
Why must I not marry Karen? Well, what are you talking about? Why must I not marry Karen?
Because there's something wrong with her, something horrible.
There is something very wrong with you for thinking you could speak this way to me.
I know what I'm talking about. Who is that?
Miss Tilford, August, is she in?
Yes, ma'am. Come on in.
I won't have her here.
What are you talking about?
I said I won't have her here.
Well, then you don't want me here either.
What are you doing?
Darling, what's going on?
Well, we tried to tell you. We tried. Hasn't she told you?
Nobody's told me anything. I haven't heard anything but crazy talk. What's happening, Karen? What's the matter, Martha?
An insane slum has been let loose. How do we know what's happened?
What's happened?
Nobody would talk to us. Nobody would tell us anything.
Please stop. Tell me what's happened.
See if you can make any sense out of it. At dinner time, Miss Munchaufer arrived and said that Evelyn must be sent home right away. At dinner time, Miss Burnham came to tell us that she wanted Catherine's things packed immediately and that she'd wait outside because she didn't want to enter a place like ours. 5 minutes later, the Wells butler came in for Rosalie.
Why? Why?
It was a madhouse. People rushing in and out, children being pushed into cars. Karen and I begging people to tell us. Nobody answering us.
Tell you what?
Mrs. Rogers finally told us
Told you what?
that Martha and I had been lovers. Mrs. Telford told them.
You told them that?
Yes. And I know what I was saying. I don't think you should have come here.
You damned vicious!
I will not call you names, and you will not call me names either. I don't think you should have come here. I don't feel comfortable myself discussing about this now or ever.
Listen, you're not playing with paper dolls. We're human beings, see? It's our lives you're playing with. Our lives. That's serious business for us. Can you understand that?
I can understand that, but I understand a lot more. You've been playing with children's lives, and I stopped you. I know how serious this is for you. I know how serious this is for all of us.
You have done a terrible thing, Amelia.
I had to do it. This thing is their own business, but it becomes a great deal, and there are children involved. Children!
It's not true. Not a word of it is true. Can't you understand that?
Well, I'm sorry, I can't believe that.
There isn't a single word of truth in anything you've said tonight. Damn you!
They have worked 8 long years to get enough money to buy the farm to start the school. They did it all without the things that young women ought to have. You wouldn't know about that, would you? They did it with things like hard work and bread and butter and honest day's work. You wouldn't know anything about that. What the hell did you have to do it for?
I had to do it.
Righteousness is a great thing.
What is there to do to you? What can we do to you? There must be something that makes you feel the way we do tonight. You don't want any part of this, you said. But you'll get a part, more than you bargained for. Are you willing to stand by everything you said tonight?
Yes.
All right, that's fine. But don't get the idea we'll let you whisper this lie. You made it and you'll come out there. Shriek it to your town of Lancet. We'll make you shriek it. And we'll make you do it in a courtroom. Tomorrow, Miss Telford, you will have a libel suit on your hands.
Miss Toby, don't do that.
It's your turn to be frightened.
It is you I am thinking of. It is you I am frightened for. It was wrong for you to brazen it out here tonight. It would be criminally foolish for you to brazen it out in public. It will only bring you pain. I am an old woman, Miss Joby, and I've seen too many people act in pride and anger. And in the end, they punish themselves.
We'll take our way.
So you took a child's word for it.
Yes, that's what she did.
That's really where she got it from. I can't believe why she's a child.
She's not a child.
Oh, it makes sense now. That girl has hated us for years. We never knew why, and we can never find out. There didn't seem to be a reason.
There wasn't any reason. She hates everybody and everything.
Your Mary's a strange girl. A dark girl. There's something very awful the matter with her.
I was waiting for you to say that, Miss Wright.
I'm telling you the truth. We should have told it to you long ago. It's no use.
Where is she?
You cannot see her.
Where is she?
I won't have it, Joseph.
Where is she? I'm going to see her.
I won't let her go through it again. You came here to demand explanations, but it was I who should have demanded explanations from you. I told you that I didn't mean any harm, and I still don't. You claim it isn't true, but it must be natural for you to say that. But I know it's true. No matter what you say, you know that I wouldn't have acted upon if I wasn't sure. And you attacked me, you attacked Mary. All I wanted was to get those children away. And that has been done, and that's all that will be done. There will be no talk about it or about the situation. I'll see to that. This thing is your own. Get away with it. I don't understand it, and I don't want any part of it. You've been in my house long enough. Get out!
No, I'm going to see her, and I'm not going to leave this place until I do. Mary, I've known you for a long time, and you owe it to me. Now, where is she?
Mary, come here! Sit down and don't be afraid, dear.
All right, Mary. Were you telling the truth? The absolute truth about Miss Doby and Miss Wright?
Oh, yes.
All right, you've answered. Now we're going to figure things out for real now.
She's told you everything, Joseph. That'll be enough.
No. Will you answer some more questions for us, Mary?
Yes, Cousin Joe.
Good.
Stop that sick, sweet tone of voice.
All right. Why don't you like Miss Dobie and Miss Wright?
Oh, I do like them. They just don't like me. They've never liked me.
How do you know that?
They're always picking on me. They're always punishing me for everything that happens. No matter what happens, it's always me.
Why do you think they do that?
Because they're... Grandma,
All right. Did you get punished today?
Yes, and it's all because Peggy and Evelyn heard them, so they took it out on me.
That's a lie.
Heard what, Mary?
Well, Miss Mortar was telling Miss Dobie that there was something funny about her, that she had funny feelings for Miss Wright, and that was unnatural. That's why we got punished, just because...
That was not the reason they got punished.
My aunt is a stupid woman. What she said was unpleasant. It was said to annoy me. It meant nothing more than that.
And Cousin Joe, she said that every time you come to the school, Miss Dobie got jealous, and that she didn't want you two to get married.
She said that too. This child is taking little things, little family things, and making them have meanings that... Where did you learn so much in so little time?
What are you talking about?
Stop it, Joseph. That's enough.
No. What were you talking about?
Well, I don't know, but it was always kind of funny. And Miss Dobie always used to say things like that late at night when she came in to visit Miss Wright.
And we work at night. And sometimes we go to the movies at night. And sometimes we read at night. And sometimes we drink tea at night. We are guilty of all those things, Miss Tilford.
And there were always funny sounds, and we'd stay awake and listen because we couldn't help it. And we'd get scared because the sounds were like,
be still.
No, you don't want her still now. Sounds are like what?
Grandma,
Leave the child alone. It doesn't need a name.
Go on.
No, they were just sounds.
Well, what did you think they were? Why did they bother you?
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
But I've heard other things too. One night there was so much noise, I thought somebody was sick or something. And when I went to go look, they were kissing and saying things like,
That child is sick!
Ask her again how she could see us.
How could you see Miss Dobie and Miss Wright?
I...
Just tell him what you whispered to me, please.
It was at night, and I was looking through the keyhole and...
There's no keyhole on my door.
What?
There's no keyhole on my door.
It wasn't her room, Grandma. It was the other room. It was Miss Dobie's room. I saw them through the keyhole in Miss Dobie's room.
How did you know it was Miss Dobie's room?
I told you, because I heard them. Everybody heard them.
I share a room with my aunt. It is on the first floor at the back of the house. Mary's room is at the other end of the house. It's impossible to hear anything from there. Tell her to see for herself.
What is this, Mary? Why did you say you saw through a keyhole? Can you hear from your room?
Everybody's yelling at me. I don't know what I'm saying with everybody mixing me all up. I did see it.
What did you see? Where did you see it? I want the truth, whatever it is, Mary.
We can go home here. We're done now. It's an ugly house.
Stop crying, Mary. Stand up. I want the truth.
All right.
What is the truth?
It was Rosalie who saw them. I just said it was me so I didn't have to tattle on Rosalie.
Oh my God.
It was Rosalie, Grandma. She told us all about it. She said that she read about it in a book and that she knew everything. You just ask Rosalie. She'll tell you. We used to talk about it all the time. But we never did it often because, well, we were afraid to find out. And Rosalie, it was Rosalie. I was just trying to help Rosalie and everybody jumps on me.
Please wait a minute. Rosalie?
Amelia, you deserve whatever you're going to get.
I don't know. Perhaps it is what I deserve, Joseph. I'm sorry to keep you up so late. Rosalie, you must be tired. Now, Mary said that there's been some talk about Miss Wright and Miss Dobie. Is that true?
I don't know what you mean.
The talk that's been said amongst the girls.
What talk?
What was the talk about, Rosalie?
What? I don't know what she means, Miss Wright.
Rosalie, Mary told her grandmother that certain things have been puzzling you girls at school. You particularly.
Well, a lot of things puzzle me. I'm not very good at algebra, and Captain helps me sometimes with that.
That's not what she meant. Rosalie, Mary says that you told her that you saw certain acts between Miss Dobie and myself. She says that once, while the door was open, you saw us kissing each other in a way that women don't kiss one another.
Oma's right. I didn't. I never saw any such thing.
Is that true, my dear?
I never saw any such thing. Mary makes things about me and everyone else. Everybody knows that. I never said anything like that. Why? I couldn't even have thought of it.
Yes, you did, Rosalie. You're just trying to get out of it. I remember just when you said it. I remember because it's the day that Catherine Burton's bracelet It was the day that Catherine Burton's bracelet was stolen, and she said that if her mother found out who did it, she'd have the thief put in jail right away.
There's no need to be upset, Rosalie. You must help us by telling the truth.
Grandma, there's something I gotta tell you that...
Yes! I said it. What Mary said was right. I told Mary. I said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
What time is it? None.
Hungry?
No.
You must try to eat tonight.
I'd like to be hungry again. Remember how much we used to eat at college? All that wonderful mess every evening?
That was 10 years ago. You've gotten older. You must try to eat tonight.
Maybe I'll be hungry in another 10 years. It's cheaper this way.
Joe's late today. What time is it?
We've been sitting here for 8 days asking each other the time.
It's been 8 days since we left this place.
Well, we'll have to get off these chairs sooner or later. In a couple of months, we'll need dusting.
What do we do when we get off?
Dust the chairs?
It's awful.
Let's not talk about it. Let's eat a good dinner tonight. What about an omelet?
All right.
I'll make some potatoes with onions the way you used to like them.
It's a week ago Thursday. Thought it was true until the last night, didn't you?
Seems real enough now, all right?
Let's go out.
Where to?
We'll take a walk.
Where we walk?
I mean, why shouldn't we take a walk? We won't run into anybody we know, and what if we do? Whatever.
Come on, let's go through the park.
We'll go tomorrow.
No, we won't.
Joe says we've got to go out. He says that all the people who don't think it's true begin to wonder if we keep hiding this way.
If it makes you feel better to think that there are such people, go ahead.
He says we must go into town and go shopping and act as though nothing...
Shopping? That's a sound idea. There are 3 stores in Lancet that would sell us anything. Hasn't he heard about their meetings and their circulars and their visits and their...
Don't tell him.
I won't. There's our friend.
I knocked on the kitchen door, but nobody answered.
You said that yesterday. Right. Thank you. Goodbye.
Stop it.
Here are the things.
I've got 8 fingers. You see, I'm a freak.
That's nice. There's a car outside. Been there every time I came down the road. Goodbye, girls.
You still think we should go into town?
I don't know. I don't know about anything anymore. Martha!
What is it, Karen?
What happened? And why did it happen? What are we doing here like this?
I don't know. It feels as if we're in a nightmare. The kind you get when you feel as if you're way below the world and are struggling up, sweating to come up out of your own bed, coming up and up and out. Only now I don't come out.
We've got to get out of here. We've got to get out quick.
You'll be getting married soon. Everything will be all right then.
Yes.
It'll be a good day and a happy one for me. Maybe the happiest one of my life. What's the matter?
Nothing, Martha.
There mustn't be anything wrong between you and Joe. Never, never.
Nothing's wrong. There's Joe now.
Tell me, who's standing in the doorway?
Looks like you're on, but that's not possible, is it?
Hello? Here I am. Can I come in? I'm very glad to see you both. How is everything?
Everything's fine. How are you?
A little tired. Long train trip.
Of course. Is there something I can get you?
You know, I would like a cup of tea, but don't you bother.
Oh, no bother at all. China tea, English tea, a few little sandwiches. It's a cold day. Perhaps a whiskey and soda.
Hi, Martha. You know, I think I'll take...
Where the hell have you been?
I was on tour, I told you. Mostly one-night stands, although we did play a ghastly week in Detroit. As ugly a city... But you won't believe it. The whole theater has changed. They won't accept a serious play on the road. No questions of it. Musicals, musicals, musicals.
Is that so? Is it a trend? Will it pass?
I don't know. I really just don't know. Although I was interviewed in San Francisco, and I said, well, quite frankly, that perhaps a whole culture could be changing. It's possible.
My, a whole culture? That would be too bad. I'll be so interested in your telling me about it.
Don't.
You see, it's this way. I'm trying to keep from killing her. Why didn't you answer our telegrams? Answer me!
I was moving around a great deal. I told you.
Why did you refuse to come back here and testify for us?
What difference does it make now?
Karen is quite right. Let bygones be bygones. Martha, remember when you were a little girl and you used to complain how there were never any nice toilets backstage? Well, you should just see now.
Why did you refuse to come back here and testify for us?
I didn't refuse. I was on tour. That's a moral obligation. I couldn't just leave.
How'd you get out of the summons? Did you live in the toilets?
I don't think it was nice to try to bring me back that way. I just don't think it was. Oh, for goodness sakes, let's not go on this way. Words, words, words. My trunk's at the station.
Miss Mortar, things have changed here.
Yes, they've changed. Listen to me tell you what you were pretending not to know. Karen Wright and Martha Doby brought a suit for slander against a woman called Tilford.
Oh, I meant to tell you! She's outside in a car. I saw her as I got out of my taxi. She called to me. Imagine that, right up the road, calling to me.
Be still and listen to me. We brought a suit for slander against a woman called Tilford because her grandchild had accused us of having what the judge called sinful sexual knowledge of one another. A large part of Miss Tilford's defense was based on the remarks made by Lily Mortar against her niece, Martha. And a greater part of the defense case rested on the fact that Miss Mortar would not appear in court to explain or deny those remarks. As you probably read in the newspapers, we lost the case.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way, Martha. It wouldn't have done any good for us to get mixed up in this unpleasant notoriety. But now that you're here and you've explained things to me, I understand. And I'm sorry I didn't come back. But I'm here now, and I'm going to stand shoulder to shoulder with you. I know what you've gone through, but the body and heart do recover, you know? I'll be here right along with you, and we'll...
There's an 8 o'clock train. Get on it.
Martha!
You've come back because you had no place else to go. All my grown life have been something for you to pick dry. Get out and don't come back.
How can you talk to me like that?
Because I hate you. I've always hated you.
God will punish you for that.
He's been doing all right.
I'll wait upstairs until train time. You'll regret saying that to me, Martha, because you have a good heart, and I know you love me and are grateful to me.
Every fool thinks that about everybody else.
Look who's here. A couple of weeks late, aren't you?
So it's you. No, I call that loyal. Most men wouldn't still be here. You are a very lucky girl.
Go upstairs.
Watch the time, Miss Mortar. Be sure you're on the train.
Why did she come back?
She's broke.
We'll give her some money and get rid of her. Stop it now. She isn't worth all that. Get rid of her for good. What did you do today?
We started to go out.
You promised me, both of you. Do you feel all right?
Yes. Why did you do that?
Do what?
Go away from me.
I didn't draw away from you. What kind of crazy talk is that? I was putting out a cigarette. Stay around here much longer, we'll all be bats. And so we're not going to stay around here. I sold my place this morning to Foster.
You can't do that. You can't.
We're getting married in a week. I'll give both of you 2 days to pack up and close the place. By Thursday, we'll be on a train and...
You can't leave here. I won't let you. You must go to Foster right away.
No, let's not have any of that talk because it's all done and over. And last week I wrote a letter to Jake Sundstrom. You know, my old and good friend. We used to room together at school and in college. But then he changed his mind about medicine and went home. His family's very rich. Own half the state, I think.
I won't let you leave here. I won't.
Well, Jake's fixed it for us. He's found the right place. You know, it's a farm country, mostly Swedes. It'll be hard at first. We'll be out there in the middle of nowhere, but we'll live cheap and there'll be plenty for all of us to...
Jojo, I'm not going with you. I couldn't go with you, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You're coming with us. Do you think we leave you? We want you to come. It's going to be kind of fun to start all over again. I'm looking forward to what I can do out there in a place like that. It's good for doctors to get out there where it's hard and where we can learn something.
You don't want to go.
No, I don't want to go. This is the place where I was born and where I wanted to be. You wanted to be here too. Well, to hell with that. Most people don't go where they want to go or live where they want to live. I'm not going to cry about it, so please stop worrying, darling. What about you, Martha?
I can't go with you. It's better for all of us if I don't go.
You're coming with us. It wouldn't be happy for us if you didn't. Later on, you can leave if you'd like, and I won't say no, all right?
All right. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to make that omelet now.
Hey, you'll like Jake, and he'll like you. I never met his wife. God, the time we spent as kids talking about who we were going to marry, how we were going to spend our lives together. Then I came back here and I never saw him again.
Well, it was right for you to come back. You're a part of this place, and a good part.
No. This place isn't what I thought it was. My people aren't who I thought they were. I want no part of it.
I've done this to you. I've taken away everything you wanted.
And when we finally get there, we'll find a place to live, all right? It's a beautiful country. We'll go fishing on our honeymoon and...
Everything we wanted. Everything we were going to be all gone. And now we have to sneak away to some place that hasn't anything to do with us.
Please stop talking like that. We've got a chance, but it's only one chance, and if we miss it, we're done for. That means we're going to be putting this whole business behind us. There's not going to be any talk about what could have been, or what should have been, or who should have done what, or why, or when. What you've done, and that's that.
What I've done?
What's been done to you?
You said it yesterday, too. What do you mean when you say what you've done? Tell me.
Nothing. I didn't mean anything by it. Why would you think I would? Karen, there are a lot of people with bad troubles in this world, and we just happen to be 3 of those people. Now, we can sit around the rest of our lives, and we'd get to the point where we wouldn't have anything else because we didn't want anything. Not me. I'm not going to be like that. I wanted to become a doctor because I don't like seeing sick people. Now, I'm not going to become sick, and I'm not going to let you grow sick either.
I'm sorry. I'll be all right when we get out of here. I want a baby.
Well, wait a year. We don't have enough money right now.
Wait a year. You always said you wanted children right away. Why have you changed?
We can't go on like this. Everything I say is meant to mean something else. What are you doing to me? Well, what's wrong with you?
Yes, everything has a new meaning. Child, love, lawyer, judge, friend, room. That we can't move away from. A new house, a new place won't fix that for us. Sick, high tragic people, that's what we'll be.
No, we won't, darling. We must learn to live and love again. We knew how to once. It's only the small time that has to be got over. We'll go slow and take care, and it will pass over quick.
Don't set a time or date for things to go right or wrong. It won't work.
What won't work?
The 2 of us.
Please stop talking like that. You'll believe it soon.
Tell me what you want to know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. We've both known for a long time. Say it now, Joe. Ask it now.
I have nothing to ask.
After a while, in the court, I stopped listening. After a while, it didn't seem to matter what everybody else said. Then I began to watch your face. It was the only nice thing I could think of doing. You were ashamed, so was I. But you had trouble worse than that. You were sad at being ashamed. Ask it now, darling.
I have nothing to ask. Nothing. All right, it is. Was it ever?
Martha and I never touched each other. That's all right, darling. I'm glad you asked.
Oh my God, darling, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened to me. I did never believe.
Maybe you didn't. But you'd never know whether it was true. That's the way these things go. That's the way they always go.
I've asked. You've answered. Now let's just leave this whole thing behind us. And of course I believe you.
Maybe you did. But I never know whether you did. And your saying it again won't help. All I know is that I'd be frightened you didn't. And I'd be hounded by that. You don't get over things just by saying you do. I don't believe you could touch my arm without my wondering if you really wanted to. And I don't believe you could kiss me without my wondering if you really wanted to. And I'd hate myself for all that. And then I'd hate you too. I don't want ruin, Joe. You know all that.
I don't.
What happens between people happens. And after a while, it doesn't much matter how it got there. All I know is that I'm here and you're there. We're in a room we've been in so many times before. Nothing seems changed. My hands are just the same. My face is just the same. Even my clothes are old. I'm nothing too much. I'm just like everybody else the way I always was. I can have you and children and I can care for them. And I can go to the market and read a book. Only I can't. I can't and I don't know why. Go home, darling.
We can't leave each other. We're not going to leave each other.
Be sorry. You're such a fine man.
I'm tired. You're tired. I didn't know what I was talking about. Please, now let's just go.
Go away for a little while. Go away from me and love and pity and all the things that drive people crazy. Go away by yourself and so will I. And then we'll see.
No, I've already made up my mind. A few weeks won't make any difference.
Darling.
What will you do?
I'll stay here. I'll be all right.
I'll be coming back soon.
I don't think so.
It gets dark so early now. Cooking always makes me feel better. I found some purple psylla for the table. Remember, they were the first things we planted here. I made a small cake. Found a bottle of wine. Where's Joe?
Gone?
A patient? Will he be back in time for dinner?
No.
We'll wait dinner for him then.
He won't be back.
You mean he won't be back anymore tonight?
He won't be back at all.
What happened? What happened?
He thought we had been lovers.
I don't believe you. I don't believe it. What kind of crazy talk is that? I don't believe you. I don't.
All right.
For God's sake, didn't you tell me it wasn't true?
Yes.
He didn't believe you?
I guess he believed me.
What kind of crazy talk is that? You guess that he believed you? There's no guessing about it. Why didn't you?
I don't want ever to talk about it again, Martha.
Oh God, I wanted that for you so much.
Please don't go on. I don't feel well.
Whatever happens, go back to Joe. It's too much for you this way.
Stop talking about it. Let's get out of here. Let's take the train in the morning.
The train to where?
Someplace, any place.
A job? Money?
In a big place we could find something to do.
We've been in the headlines. We're very famous.
Small town then.
They'd know more about us, I guess.
We'll find a place to go.
I don't think we will. Not really. I feel as if I couldn't move, and what would be the use? It seems to me I'll be sitting the rest of my life wondering what's happened. It's a bad night tonight. But we might as well get used to it. They'll all be like this.
But it isn't a new sin they tell us we've done. Other people aren't destroyed by it.
Those are the people who've chosen it, who want it for themselves. We aren't like that. We don't love each other. We don't love each other. I've loved you like a friend the way thousands of women feel about other women. Certainly there's nothing wrong with that. Why, we've known each other since we were 17, and I always thought... Because I love you.
Yes, of course, and I love you too.
But maybe I love you that way. The way they said I loved you. I don't know, listen to me!
What?
I have loved you the way they said.
Martha, please don't.
There's always been something wrong. Always. As long as I can remember, but I never knew it until all this happened.
Stop that crazy talk.
You're afraid of hearing it. I'm more afraid than you.
Don't listen to me.
You've got to know, I've got to tell you that I'm guilty.
You are guilty of nothing.
I've been telling myself that since the night we heard the child say. I lie in bed night after night praying that it isn't true. But I know about it now. It's there. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I did love you. I do love you. I resented your marriage, maybe because I wanted you. Maybe I wanted you all these years. I couldn't call by name, but maybe it's been there ever since I first knew you.
But we never thought of each other that way.
No, of course you didn't. But who says I did it?
We're tired and sick.
I never loved a man before. Maybe that's why.
Martha.
It's funny. It's all mixed up. There's something in you and you don't do anything about it because you don't know it's there. Suddenly a little girl gets bored and tells a lie, and there that night, you see it for the first time and you say it yourself. Did she see it? Did she sense it?
You know it could have been any lie. She was searching for any...
Yes, but why this one? She found the lie with an ounce of truth. I guess they always do. I've ruined your life. And I ruined my own. I swear, I didn't know it. I swear I didn't mean it. Oh, I feel so goddamn sick and dirty, I can't stand it anymore.
All this isn't true. We don't have to remember who's ever said tomorrow we'll pick our...
I don't want tomorrow. It's a bad word.
Go and lie down, Martha. And in a few moments I'll bring you some tea and you'll feel all right.
Don't bring me any tea. Thank you. Good night, darling. What was that? Where is it? Karen? Martha? Where are you? I heard a shot.
What is it?
What shall we do? What shall we do? We've got to get a doctor right away.
There isn't any use.
We've got to do something. Karen, do something.
There's nothing to do.
Poor Martha. I can't realize it's true. Oh, how could she? She was so... I don't know what. I was good to her, Karen.
You know God will forgive me for that once. I always tried to do everything I could. We can't sit here, Karen. Suicide's a sin. We've got to do something.
In a little while.
She didn't have to do it. She didn't have to do it. She could have gotten a job and started all over again.
That wasn't the reason she did it.
What? Why?
What difference does it make now?
You're not crying.
No.
I always did everything I could, Karen. I haven't any place to go.
I'll help you.
I'm afraid. It seems so odd in the next room.
Don't be afraid.
It's easier for you. You're young. What is that? Shall I answer it? I think we better. What are you doing here? Go! Go away! What are you doing here?
Please, Karen, I have to tell you something.
Go away, Miss Tilford.
I tried to talk to Bill.
You know it wasn't true, do you? Well, I don't care what you know. If that's what you had to say, you've said it. Now get out. I won't listen to you. Get out of here, Miss Tilford. Martha is dead. So last night, you found out that you had wronged us, and now you have to right that wrong, or you can't sleep and eat again. Well, don't write it. I won't be your confessor. Find someone else to help you be a good woman again. You said that night that you had to do what you did. Well, now you have to do this. A public apology and money paid, and you can sleep and eat again. You and all those who know how right they are. What's somebody else's life to you? A way to show your own righteousness. And if you happen to be wrong, you can just set it right some other day. I have a dead friend. Get out of here and be noble on the streets.
I swear I didn't come here for that. I swear to God I did not. It doesn't matter who I am or what I came from. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't matter. All that matters is you.
Help you?
Let me do whatever I can do. Take whatever I can give. It won't bring me any peace, and it never will. I'm too old to recover, too narrow to forgive myself.
What about Mary?
I don't know. People said I tried. I just can't believe I understand it. I don't know.
She's yours. Blood of your blood, the result of you. She's done us both wrong, but I guess she's done you the most harm. I guess I'm even sorry. Yes, I will. No. I don't want to leave. Yes. If it'll make you feel better. If I ever have anything to say.
You're not alone. You have those who love and support you right by you.
Whether you realize it or not, there are people standing beside you.
You are important.
You are still loved.
You can start over.
It may be dark right now,
But there's light at the end of the tunnel.
You are strong.
Goodbye.
Everything should have a mate. Birds and bees and flowers and trees. You came along on a May Day. You brought me love in the spring. Now I know that May Day